Hi mate, in this video I'm going to show you how to flash the Kali Phosh image on SDM845 supported devices, and I will share some details regarding multiple ways to dual boot Android with Linux operating system. But first let's download the image. I uploaded another image today with some fixes over the previous one. You can download the image from my GitHub repository. This is the latest release. I have mentioned the installation commands in the release description, but be careful with dd command. I have fixed these two issues over the previous release, and you can try this image on the mentioned devices. And this is the rootfs that contains the operating system, and download the boot.img according to your device. I already have both files for my Poco F1 EBBG variant. You can identify the variant by checking the command line argument while running Android OS on Poco F1. So I will flash it to the SD card. So first decompress the rootfs. You can use the command from the release notes as well. After decompressing, you will get a sparse image. This sparse image is fastboot flash friendly, meaning you can flash this through fastboot if you are flashing it to eMMC. As I am flashing it to SD card, I have to convert it to an ext4 or raw image. For that I am going to use the SIMG to IMG tool. You can download this tool from your package manager or from Git, and this won't take much time. Here you can see that it's an ext4 file system. Now we can flash this file to the SD card. I will use dd to flash the file. Let me plug the SD card first. Okay, now we are good to run the dd command. You can use balena etcher as well to flash the image to the SD card. And be careful while running the dd command. Always confirm the blocked devices before running the dd command. It can wipe your entire storage. It will take around 10 minutes to flash. It totally depends on your SD card's write speed. So while it's flashing, let's talk about multiple ways to dual boot. First, let's talk about A-only devices. You can check partition names to identify the devices. These devices don't support seamless updates and install all OTA updates through recovery. So if your device has both boot and recovery partitions, then you can flash the Linux boot image to one of them. And if an SD card slot is also present, then you can flash the rootfs on that. Easy, isn't it? But here's the catch. The SD card operates much more slowly. Also, cheap SD cards are not recommended for this purpose. So if you're looking to buy one for dual booting, always go with good SD cards. Next is without an SD card. You can repartition the user data as I showed in the video, but it's not recommended as it can break your device and also make it unrecoverable. The second option is to decrypt user data and put the rootfs there. This will also wipe your user data and factory reset your Android OS. You can Google how to disable encryption. Maybe you can find some flashable zips for decrypting the user data partition. Let's see about no recovery devices. Few Xperia devices don't have a recovery partition, even older ones. So here we only have one option, which is to flash the boot partition every time whenever you want to switch from Android to Linux or vice versa. So for safer side, here's my recommendation for A-only devices. Use an SD card or decrypt user data for the rootfs. Next, for AB devices, the method is almost the same as above, but here we can flash the Linux boot image to the inactive boot slot. You can use the boot control Android app to change the slot from a running Android, and the qbootctl tool to change the slot from Linux OS. You can also change the slot from fastboot as well. there's one more thing, which is custom bootloaders for Android, but I have never tried that, so I can't say anything about that. Also, that thing only supports a few devices. So let me know if you have any doubts regarding the dual booting processes. So here's our root interface is flashed. So let's boot our pure Kali Linux in Beryllium. The last thing pending is flashing the boot image, and then we can reboot the device. So the phone is in fast boot, and just run fast boot flash boot and the boot image. And do not forget to comment about this video, just for feedback. Okay, at the first boot, the device extracts the firmware from vendor partitions and reboot, so it will take some time. So it is booting from the SD card, that's why it's a little bit slow. So we only have to wait for a few seconds, then it will reboot automatically. Okay, so it's rebooting, and here's our Kali Plymouth logo. The default password is 8888, also mentioned on the description of the release. As I mentioned in the release description, both the issues are resolved. Cellular network is also working. You can see the 4G symbol up there, and audio is also working in this release, unlike the previous one. Now let's test the mobile data, if it is working or not. So I will run ping to check the network. So mobile data is working as well. You can see the ping replies. So that's all for this video, and thanks for watching till the end, and see you in the next one, and do not forget to subscribe.